Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Good morning, my friends. Welcome to another day, another play with Lord Krishna, Lord Chaitanya. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama. Oh my Lord, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama. Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Rama, 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 Rama. Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, hey, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, 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 Nityananda. Nityananda, Nityananda, Nityananda. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Shri Advaita Shri Advaita Shri Advaita Shri Advaita, Shri Advaita, Shri Advaita, Gadadhar, 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 Srivasadi, Srivasadi, Gora Bhakta Vrinda, Gora Bhakta Vrinda, Gora Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gora Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda. Sri Raja Vilas Davam. Pastimes glorifying Lord's pastimes in Braj by Raghunath Das Goswami. The highwayman, lust, greed, and anger have captured me and bound me with the ropes of desire for fame. I pray that the heroic devotees of Lord Krishna I pray that the heroic devotees of Lord Krishna, the enemy of the Aga may defeat my captors and cut the ropes that bind me. I am scorched by the blazing fire of old age, deeply bitten by the poisonous snake of blindness, pierced by the sharp arrows of forced dependence on others, and surrounded by the lions of anger and lust and greed. O Lord Krishna, oh Lord Krishna, please give me the nectarian potion of pure love for you. Please give me the nectarian potion of pure love for you, which will make me strong and heroic enough to resist all the enemies and engage in your devotional service without deviation. Uh, by tasting a single drop of the memory of transcendental nectar ocean, of the sweetness of the divine couple, my heart has become restless. I bow down before the land and people of Raj. I bow down before the land and the people of Raj. I yearn to see my two masters. The disembodied demigod Cupid, who attained a body by continually tasting the nectar of the sight of the divine couple, eternally illuminates this entire land of Raj with a jubilant festival of Lord Krishna's transcendental amorous pastimes. Oh, when shall I lovingly gaze on Gandharva Giridhari, Sri Radha and Krishna, the crowning garlands of all charming couples? Uh, the city of Dwarka, where the brother and sons of the Lord reside, and where the Lord enjoys transcendental pastimes with a great multitude of queens, each eclipsing many hundreds of goddesses of fortune, is dearer even than Vaikuntha, because it is the place of Lord Krishna's birth. Mathura, the abode of transcendental love, is even more dear than Dwarka. Within the district of Mathura, the land of Sri Raj is splendidly manifest. I eternally worship that land of Mathura. Ah, Hare Krishna. Ah, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. So, those who keep the holy name on their tongue have studied all the Vedas, have have went to all the places of pilgrimage. Let's see, what chapter was that? What chapter were you on there?
16. But
16.
now
Okay.
that you say those words, now I
Yeah.
had a completely different understanding.
Oh, you got it already. Huh? That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
it includes it includes that.
Ah,
Yeah, now
yeah.
I understand.
Ah. Okay. So what was it? Chapter what?
Chapter
Mark
16 of Antyalila.
Anchalila. Okay.
Chaitanya Charitamrita. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Chapter 16,
Yes, yes. I think that was verse 25 or something.
verse
Um,
25. Yeah. Oh,
or
yeah. Taste nectar from the lips of Lord Krishna. Yeah, and that's taste nectar from the lips of Lord Krishna. That's when your lips become used by the Lord. That's why it says, by the anybody who chants the holy name, that's basically Lord Krishna chanting. He's accepted you and he's chanting. He's using you for his sacrifice, and you're happy about it because it's the greatest thing. You find out, oh, no wonder people give up fruitive activities. No wonder, for this. This is a higher taste, is higher truth, higher, more happiness. Fruitive activities, ooh, compared to this, chanting the holy name and ecstasy, everything comes automatically, just, yeah, this is a more superior way of functioning in this world. So the Lord wanted to give us a superior way of functioning in this world. So, yeah, verse 25. Yes. So, Kalidas then recited some verses which Jadu Thakur was happy to hear. See, the devotees, they like conclusive truth. See, they're happy to hear things as they are, the highest truths that nobody knows. People are promoting different things, you know, but the highest truths are appreciated by the Lord and his intimates. You have to be an intimate associate to appreciate what these verses. That's why it's postgraduate. See, it's postgraduate because you have to be an intimate associate or get the mercy of an intimate associate, which brings us back to our topic here. Even though one is a learned scholar in the Sanskrit literature, if he's not engaged in pure devotional service, he is not accepted as my devotee. But if a person born in a family of dog eaters is a pure devotee with no material motives, oh, well, actually, there was another verse there that you,
yeah, that verse that I was reading now, that you mentioned in the beginning, was
yeah,
27.
27. Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
My dear Lord, anyone who always keeps your holy name on his tongue is greater than an initiated Brahmin. Although he may be born in a family of dog eaters, and therefore a material calculations be the lowest of men, he is glorious nonetheless. That is the wonderful power of chanting the holy name of the Lord. One who has chanted the holy name is understood to have performed all kinds of austerities. He has studied the Vedas. He has performed all great sacrifices mentioned in the Vedas, and he has already taken his bath in all the holy places of pilgrimage. It is he who is factually the Aryan. So Aryan high class and all of that. Yeah. So in essence, basically, is there's this is why they talk about there are two ways to achieve this kind of perfection: sadhana siddha and kripa siddha. See? So sadhana siddha is you've done all that in many lifetimes, and somehow you've come onto the shore of devotional service. You know, that means you've done all of that, and now you're chanting holy name in ecstasy, and that's where it's all leading is to the chanting in ecstasy. See, so that's one way, hard way. That's the difficult way. You probably won't make it, especially in Kali Yuga. Forget it. No way you'll make it that way. And that's what they teach in Vaishnavism. They teach that hard way, simply because they don't know they're not recipients of the mercy themselves of Kripa Siddha. They achieve perfection through the mercy of a Vaishnava, either in this life or a previous life. Yeah. I mean, maybe the devotee in this life, if they're chanting in ecstasy, maybe they've done it through that other way, studied for many lifetimes and all. But then they arrived at this. But they'll always teach, especially in Kali Yuga, they'll teach what Lord Chaitanya taught: get the kripa, get the mercy. They're recipients of the mercy of this holy name, to be able to chant the holy name in ecstatic devotion and intimacy like this. Therefore, they have the power to distribute it. See that path. Otherwise, you got to do this sadhana siddha thing, and many lifetimes. That's why that's why Narayana said many lifetimes. He was teaching sadhana siddha. Although he would say, "Oh no, we're doing kripa siddha," but where was the kripa? Where was the kripa? Nowhere to be seen. Yes, we're doing kripa siddha, but I'm sorry, it's sadhana siddha for you guys. You got to work your way out and get that mercy. You don't deserve it yet. See, that wasn't Lord Chaitanya. See, it's amazing. People, they think they understand Lord Chaitanya's mind. I think only here in our Sangha are we understanding his mind, his mentality, and his mercy, and have the power to distribute it too, to boot. Everything is here. See? So here at Kripa Siddha is if you're chanting holy name in ecstasy, you're just a little housewife. You've received the mercy, the Kripa, the mercy to do so here. And it came when you met Guru. When you met Guru and with the order, and it's true, the order is not a lie, it's not a pipe dream. If Prabhupada really did come, Lord Krishna really did bless this work. He didn't come to like Karuna, didn't come to your guru. Like he said he had darshan. They all say all kinds of things, these guys. They're shameless. These guys, they look at the Pope. He says all kinds of things, and look what he does. Shameless, completely shameless. They're psychopaths. Your guru he's still a psychopath. He has no shame about what he's done to his devotees. Nothing, no, nothing, and he's still a teacher, and teaching in some wormed his way in some other philosophy. So don't compare what's being done here with that. Here's the real mercy of the Lord is here. There's the fake mercy. Fake mercy. It's fake, man. It's fake in ISKCON. You're faked out, man. You're being faked out. We're teaching the real mercy of the Lord here. We're teaching the real Chaitanya Charitamrita here. We're distributing that same mercy that he distributed 550 years ago. What? You can't see it? Well, you can't see people chanting the holy name in ecstasy here? What else does it look like? If it looks like something else and this is Sahaja, what does it look like? You don't even know out there. You want to know? You see it here, man. This is authentic and real because it spreads. People are getting the bug, and they're also chanting
Fruit,
like this and witnessing and saying, "Very good, it's changed my life."
fruits, yeah.
Fruits, the fruit of ecstatic devotional service, and it's all described there in these books. See, so that's the way it's happening here. Kripa Siddha. You're getting the result. Can you imagine? That's why the Lord is considered the most magnanimous incarnation. Matter of fact, one of his associates now, you consider their Shaktaveshavatar, the most magnanimous of all devotees, right? No, yeah, was Narayan Raj given this? No. What kind of magnanimity was that exhibited? Why are you glorifying so greatly over there? Why not where it's really happening, huh? Why not say, oh, look at George Chaitanya's great place, grace place there. The real mercy is being distributed. Look at these. Nobody in the Narayan Raj group or ISKCON or Gaudiya Math is chanting in ecstasy, but so many are in his group. Why aren't you that? Because when that comes from your lips, you're delivered. And if it doesn't, and most of them, you guys are going to hold out. You're such hardened cases and criminals. You're on be on the chain gang, man. Just break the rocks. You're hardened. It won't come from your lips. You'll die without this great gift that we all have here, most of us. No, go ahead. Go to your grave without ecstatic devotion, without even knowing what it is. And whoever the Lord will attract here, well, we'll give it to them. That's the way the Lord was. He said, I'm not giving it to the proud scholars. How many proud scholars are in Vaishnavism? How many proud scholars are in Narayan Raj group? Lots, tons. They can't even see that this is the goal of life and we've achieved it. I had a guru, I was in Mayapur. I said, hey, look at this devotee. He's got prema. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. My guru says, no, many lifetimes before you get prema. I don't believe it. Yeah, he'll go to his grave without this prema because his last instruction from his guru is many lifetimes before you'll get it. Yeah, this lifetime people will get it. You develop faith in what's going on here. Rapid progress here. Just by faith, you'll get Lord Krishna's shelter just because you like his devotees and you like his conclusive preaching, which makes more sense than anything you've heard for 40 years from Acharya Dev even, or Jai Patak, or any of the Radhanath. This makes sense, man. This is real. This has results. The Lord's mercy is really working here, just like it was with Jesus Christ. That's why Jesus said the same thing. Why shouldn't I say the same thing he said? He said, don't you see the way the Father is authorizing here? Don't you see the works the Father is doing? I say the same thing. Don't you see the works Radha and Krishna are doing in the lives of Lalita and Johan and Govinda and Janakis and all of you guys? Can't you see? Look at Shama Sundari. Look at how she's protected, and it's still working more than a full time job. Simply because she has faith in where the Lord is really working. Eh? And comes sometimes as much as she can because she knows where real life is. Real life is where the devotees are. Man, there ain't any other life in this world. In life, and Tony Robbins, and this is advertised came across. He thinks that life, oh, you get all, how they attract people. Oh, you can make a lot of money. It's all about making a lot of money. Fruit of that. See, the thing that is rejected by Vaishnavas, they're promoting as the fantastic thing, and he's got his diamonds on and everything. Not to criticize, just show you where the world is, man. They don't know what real diamonds are, what real wealth is. Real wealth is the chance.
Hare Krishna. Gurmaraj, you're frozen.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, here, yeah. Okay, you're back.
Yeah,
No, we don't hear you. Oh. Yeah.
let's see. Yeah. So bottom line is this kind of thing. It's just the real mercy. And if people can identify it, then you know where life is. You know where real water is. This here will wet your whistle. Man, this will satisfy you deeply. This people, they that's why the Lord has people, they attracting people because they see what your desires are. See, and it's funny, they make money off them too. They make money off your material desires. They think, oh, you get rich, yeah, come get my course and everything, and then you get rich. But is that where it's really at? Look, Tony Robbins still not happy with all his money. All these guys, they're always, trying to make more money. Yeah, and they can't. And now now this is where they all will get confused because the world is changing, man. Yeah. Everything, all your enjoyment and your big houses and big mansions and big preaching, telling the world, come and make money and all that stuff and wasting people's time. Basically, that's what you're doing. You're giving a message, wasting people's time, that it's life is all about making the big profits and being a big king and big money and thousands and millions of dollars. It's all about that. And you've just misled so many people. And there's nothing he can do. He's just, and everybody is bewildered. They're just dumbed down and bewildered. The whole ball of wax here in this material illusion. The only lighter we have are these scriptures, man. Didn't you hear that beautiful class with Lolita this morning, all about the that verse, these verses? They give pleasure to the Lord, and that's what it's all about, giving the highest pleasure to the Lord. And then you start to become so ecstatic, and tears start pouring out of your eyes. Now now you're self-realized. You're more self-realized than all these Buddhists they tout. Oh, this guy lived in a cave. Look, he can stop his breath. He's a great yogi. And see, great, always something material. But the devotees, never get any praise practically. Not unless you're intelligent, super intelligent, and know what to praise. Otherwise, you praise the yogis, you praise the Tony Robbins, the Jack Duceys, and all these guys, Proctor, and all these guys are here to make you a lot of money, material money. Where's that? You going to take that with you? I take this with me, man. This goes with me forever. That's you drop that. That's baggage, man. You can't carry that into the next life. This you can. Can you still hear me? You're kind of frozen there. Might want to go off and come back on if you can hear me. Can
You
you hear
don't look
me?
frozen. You don't look frozen, and I
Yeah,
hear you and I
yeah,
see you.
yeah, yeah. But you're frozen, and I can't even tell if I'm broadcasting. So
Oh,
go off.
shall I go off then? I go
Yeah,
off.
go off and come back. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah. So yeah, the bottom line is what is real. What is real is these verses. They teaching the essence of truth. See, a person may be born in a Brahmana family and have all 12 Brahminical qualifications. But if, in spite of being qualified, he is not devoted to the lotus feet of Lord Krishna, who has a navel shaped lotus, he is not as good as a Chandala who has dedicated his mind, words, and activities and wealth in service to the Lord. Eh? So simply by take birth as a Brahmana or to have Brahminical qualities is not sufficient. It's not sufficient. You cannot become you have to be devoted to the lotus feet of Krishna. You have to be devoted to his pastimes. You have to be devoted to the name. And that means real devotion, not just, oh, I'm devoted to the name, but what do you feel, man? What do you experience? Are tears pouring out of your eyes? That's devoted. This is showing real devotion. People, it's amazing. They everything is a mental concept to them. See, mental concept. It's like, oh, if I chant a little bit loud, then it's 100 times, 1,000 times more powerful than chanting too more loud. If I chant more silent, it's 1,000 times more. And nobody ever feels 1,000 times more power. It's just a concept. All Krishna consciousness is just a concept in their minds. Nobody feels it. Nobody feels what it's like to chant the holy name in ecstatic devotion. It's just a concept. Yeah. It's just a concept. Everything, the whole thing they read, but they see and they hear, but don't hear, and they see and they don't see. They don't see. Oh well, they go on worshiping these Brahmins who can't even purify themselves or anybody else who just read the verse, right? Oh yeah, they hear the verse or they read it, they come across it, and it goes right over their head. It's only a concept. They don't feel it. They don't hear anybody speaking about it. That's beyond the Brahmin who is devoted to the holy name. And you can see they love the name, man. Tears pouring out of their eyes because they love God. In fact, factually, not conceptually, when the mind thing. I love God. Yes, I'm a Charya Dave. Can't you see my P? That means I love God because of my big degree. Baloney. I want to see the tears pouring out of your eyes when you chant the holy name. Show me you're a recipient of Sadhana Siddha many, many lifetimes, or Kripa Siddha, like you devotees here. This is, let's make an impression. Let's feel this Krishna consciousness. Does anybody want that? What do you think the guys followed Jesus? They dropped everything. Why? Jesus said, why do you want to follow me? Because we want to feel those scriptures, man. I want to feel them in my heart. I want them lit up like they are in you. And ignited, man. Yeah, I'll look at your thing in a minute here after I get off my rant. Feel like ranting a little bit. Ranting in the name of the Lord. Give him hell, man. Scourge. Scourge. It's called exhorting. It's a little Christian in me, man. Exhorting. Yeah, there was in there. Yeah, I tell you, they were doing this, man. Adwaita was waving his hands in the group and decrying using these verses and decrying fruitive activity and mad, about it. Yeah, these guys are fruitive workers. These Pharisee type Brahmins, man. They can't. They know. Just the same kind of stuff. It's called exhorting. It's a quality of devotees. You ain't got it. You ain't no devotee. Don't. You're definitely not a guru. If you're one of these etiquette guys, oh, oh yes, I say always the right thing. I just tell you what you want to hear, but inside my heart is fierce. I hate you. Yeah, yeah. See, people, they don't know. They go on worshiping Brahmins, even though the verses say only the pure devotees, only those who are devoted to the lotus feet of the Lord. His feet are his pastimes. Can't you tell who's really devoted? Well, if they are really devoted, you'll see extraordinary symptoms of love. You'll see just like a person who loves a woman, or a woman who loves a man. You see similar symptoms. They really devoted, and they love to the point of tears. They give their life for their sons or their daughters or their husband or wife. Yeah, are you like that? You give your life for that? Yeah. That's how it is with God. If when you this is that means that soul is awakened. Most souls are not awakened. They don't have those symptoms. Therefore, we teach these things. Otherwise, you won't know. Acharya Dave can't teach you this. Radhanath won't teach you this. He doesn't know it himself. He needs to come here. Both of those guys, they're little babies to me, children, becoming children to Lalita even. Yeah, because the more bhakti you get, the more these people they stay. You see, they're just growing up. They just stay like little children, stunted growth. You're growing, and they're sitting there they're not growing because they don't have this kind of association. This is the root from where the real Krishna grows, not the intellect Krishna. Oh, the big PhD Krishna. What is this big PhD? What does this have to do with Krishna consciousness? Oh, I just did this so I can preach to intelligent people. Oh, you bring an intelligent, or you bring your little buttocks and sit it right here. I'll teach you a few things. I don't need no PhD. All I need to do is study Krishna's name very closely, very minutely, in ecstasy. That's all I need to do to preach to intelligent people. You got to be super intelligent, or the Lord has to give you super intelligence. Intelligence to listen here. That's intelligence. Intelligence of, I don't care how big your degree is, if you're not here listening to these amazing, marvelous discussions, you're not intelligent. You're less intelligent. Mr. Radhanas and Mr. Jaipatakas and Acharya, you're definitely less intelligent for not coming here and listening to these marvelous talks full of ecstatic love. Where do you see such ecstatic? You're not coming? What kind of gurus are you? Well, I think the world is getting a raw deal with you guys. What do you think? Give me a few disciples. Let me school them in the science of what's really a guru. Hey man, guru, if you're a real spiritual master and a real associate of Lord Jay, why wouldn't you want to be with those rare associates of the Lord who cry like they cried and laugh like they laughed? And you don't like that means you don't know what Krishna consciousness is about. You need this chastisement. Why are people going? Don't they really want Krishna? I'm sure that many do. Why are they going to you if you don't understand yourself? Why don't you come here also and listen and learn real Krishna consciousness? Be schooled by Sudras who have the mercy of the Lord. That's a nice show of humility to the Lord, real, unfeigned. Otherwise, it's all a show of pride. Oh, why should I go there? The guy only wears a t-shirt. Dude, that's all pride, man. You don't know what real bhakti is, and none of you guys out there. That's why, hey, man, the door is open. Anybody interested to walk in? The door is open here, man. Open door. Yeah. As soon as this preaching is done, it's done. The door is closed. Because only those who have the real mercy of Lord Chaitanya can preach like this. Otherwise, nobody can do it. Even if you could do it, Prabhupada didn't do it. Bhakti Siddhanta didn't do it, even though they could do it. So it has to be special mercy. The Lord has to order them. The Vaishnava have to order them also, as they ordered me to do so. Okay, what do we got here? Read that, Lalita. Sim, what does he say there? F Transcendental Emotions.
I have to go back to Facebook then because it doesn't show here up for me.
Okay.
He says, if transcendental emotions are the symptoms of ecstatic devotion, and crying is one of them. When I look at people and they, for example, are sad and must cry, there is a whole scale of different ways of crying people produce. Why is it that with this spiritual crying, it always sounds the same? Even the different persons produce the same way of crying. How can one know if that's not just copycatting?
Oh yeah.
He
Well,
hears
see,
a
the thing is, a
vibration.
lot of devotees, huh?
He
Yeah,
hears a
devotees are
vibration.
in different. Yeah, devotees are in different rasas with the Lord, and so if it's more conjugal, it'll be a certain way, and it develops actually. It can go deeper and change and all of this. So everybody is where they're at, but the way you know that it's not the same as the crying in the mundane world, there's a number of ways. One way is this get you get real knowledge when you're engaged in ecstatic loving relations with the Lord. The Lord gives you revelations because you're really close to the Lord. See, and then you preach those revelations, and they're very different than the preaching of those who don't have ecstatic emotions. Their knowledge is just like even the emotions of people in the world are different. So the knowledge is different in just a scholar like Jaipatakas and what do you call it, Charya Devs. The knowledge they have is different than the knowledge that's being dispersed here, because this is because of Ananda, because of transcendental mellows. See? And also the quality when a person is crying because of their child has died, or whatever it is in the material world, it's an iron like symptom. It gives usually more pain. That's why people, when they're sad, they feel very unhappy. They don't like it. Nobody likes being sad. But it's a ras, because of you're attached to bodily things, material bodily things, and it produces sadness when you're separated from them. Okay, so but it's a iron like ras. There's a sadness of separation that a devotee feels sometimes in from the Lord, but that produces ecstasy. It's an ecstatic symptom. Um, and it draws the Lord closer. So that's why this isn't always preached, because it needs to be preached thoroughly and carefully. Because and you can't do it really on a mass scale per se, because you got to deal with people like you asking these questions. Can you imagine that there'd be thousands of people, and they can't ask the question because there's so many people, you can't get through. This is the mass Vaishnavism. You try and get an email from one of these gurus when you have a problem. They're, either they got so many disciples, and no time for you, or they don't even care. Maybe they don't even care about you. They didn't. My guru never cared about me. He just was milking me for money. That's all he wanted. Just, oh man, he's a good collector. Put him out there, make money for us, so I can go around the world and have a great time. And not be able to benefit. I mean, it's fine as you're supporting guru, but what are you getting from the guru? You know, yeah. So, well, I don't know. I'm just blind believer. That's basically blind adherence to the rules and regulations. You don't know why you're doing it. You should follow a guru so you can become like them. Well, you want to become, yeah. Well, I want to become. I want to also fly around and have a bunch of disciples. I don't want to sit there and work in the world. I want to be like him. Well, then you go. There you go. That's why he's like that. They did the same thing with Prabhupada. What, do you think they wanted to be guru because of their beautiful hearts? Are you kidding? They just lusted for it. Many of them couldn't wait till he went off the planet. And these are your preceptors, my friends. No wonder nobody's got ecstatic devotion. Yeah. Yeah. So good question there. And yeah, hopefully that answers. Ah. Hmm. See, anyone who keeps your holy name on your tongue is greater than an initiated Brahmin. See, initiated Brahmin, they chant the holy name. Yeah. So is it holy to you? Can you taste that holiness? Is that holiness manifesting in you? And usually not. That's why you're greater than initiation Brahman, when you can taste the nectar in the holy name. Then it becomes holy and sacred, right? You feel it. Oh, yeah, I feel the sacredness of it. Yeah, this name is different than anything else in this world. I experience that. What about you out there? Can you tell? Is the holy name just a name to you? Well, I just Hare Krishna, dry chanting. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. That's the holy name? Yeah. Do you feel the holiness? Is it being manifested to you spontaneously by the great mercy of the Lord? Well, that's going to be many lifetimes of studying the Vedas and doing all those things Narayan Maharaj told me I was supposed to do. And then I would do it. That's sadhana siddha, man. Obviously, he wasn't inspired or empowered to do this. So, what's the greater thing now, especially? Maybe that helped you before doing these things, but what's the greater thing now? Are you ready for ecstatic devotion? Do you want to chant the holy name like this? Is this attractive? That's why I say, man, now the test, the pedal is to the metal, man. You ready to hear the test now? Are you really interested in Krishna? Did you learn studying with Narayan Raj for 20, 30, 40 years? Do you learn what real Krishna consciousness is about? Because what it's about is right here in front of your eyes, man, every day. This is what it's about, and nothing else. Ecstatic worship of the Lord. And to get this is the whole goal of life for any intelligent person. If you're really looking for Krishna, you're looking for this. Without this, you don't get Krishna. Oh, he's 2 fingers too short, Mr. Scissor Hands. Oh, you got these. Always cutting the rope because there's no devotion. People, even know they're all, when I look at people, they look like scissor hands, always cutting the rope. They don't have any strong rope, always cutting. Mr. Edward Scissorhands, everybody. He was quite retarded too. His parents gave him this. If your parents are Maya, the devil, let's give you those. Cut the rope of bhakti, man. Always cutting the rope. You think that's intelligent? Cut the rope, man. We got a strong ropes here, man. Lasso that Krishna, man. Bhakti keeps manifesting. See, that's the mercy of the Lord. The mercy of the Lord Chaitanya keeps it flowing, man. Therefore, the bhakti keeps growing. And gradually you'll see people start to become naturally intelligent. Why not, man? We're doing sadhu sangha, man. We're doing the highest sacrifice in the world, man. Speaking the greatest truths that not even these acharya devs even, they don't even understand a drop of it. Again, why are you following people who don't understand the truth? Don't just believe in because they got a degree. I like the way Jesus taught, man. The guy was a friggin' carpenter, but he had the mercy of the Lord, man. Isn't that what it's about? Man, follow the carpenter if they got the mercy of the Lord. How do you know? Well, man, look what he could do. The Holy Spirit people got from him. He purified people by his word. You think you get purified listening to these gurus? Yeah, well, proof is ecstatic love. If it awakens, okay, you got purified by the word. If you've been with them for 10, 20, 30, 40 years, and the kind of ecstatic love that you see manifested in the Sangha isn't there, obviously you're looking for cheese in the wrong place. What kind of mouse are you? Even a mouse is more intelligent than that. They can smell. Can't you smell the cheese? The cheese is over here. What do you got, corona or something, man? You lost your sense of smell? You can't smell where the cheese is? See, they got Krishna conscious corona. See, we're exhorting today. This is exhorting. Yeah. Exuding, see, you got to exude to exhort. If you don't exude ecstatic devotion, you can't exhort. You can't purify Brahmins, right? Isn't that what it's about? You know, Brahmins, they think they're purified. These gurus think they're purified. and they can't even purify themselves according to the verse unless you have ecstatic devotion. If you had it, you would love. You'd be going, hey, look at this. Isn't that amazing what they're doing? See? And as long as that doesn't fall from your mouth, you die dry. Die dry. See? You come here, you'll be whistling Dixie. You'll whistle down the road. Uh, Studied all the Vedas. He has performed all great sacrifices mentioned in the Vedas. And because this is the greatest sacrifice, it all culminates in this. You study the Vedas, so and then you finally understand them. That's what we get. Oh, final understanding. The final truth, the finished truth, the finished work. The finished work is Satchidananda. That's it. See? Sat, you're eternal now. You're immortal. You know what is immortal. You know what is true. You take shelter of the truth. See, the chit and the ananda comes. What else do you need in the world? Everything is drawn to that like the matter. This is the great secret. Why don't we get $1 million for making a video about the great secret that's better than 1 million of those secrets, the movies they made? This is what the devotees say, they give for free and nobody cares much. See, that's why it takes a lot of preaching to overturn Maya. People believe in illusions. They believe in false paths, false goals that lead them nowhere. They spend their whole lives doing insignificant things, wasting their time and their energy. Man, this is in Vaidhi Bhakti. You're wasting your time and your energy, really. It's not well spent going to these gurus who haven't realized Krishna or don't have the power to give you Krishna. Why waste your time, your precious time? Come here and get Krishna. Are you a real devotee? Do you have the real heart of a devotee looking for Krishna? Anybody out there hear this message? Because that's what's available here, and soon. Quick. So this message is for you. You don't care about your time, go spend another 20 years following the Acharya Devs or Radhanas. Go wait your 5 years for initiation. When you get initiation in 2 seconds here, just by hearing an ecstatic devotee chanting like they can't do, none of them. Here is substance, man. Your life becomes real. You become a real devotee with real devotional feelings. You get kripa, siddha. You become perfect by the mercy of Lord Chaitanya because we are here to dispense it again. The door is open. Who will walk through? Or are you going to be going out all these useless paths? Everything is useless. This is useful, man. This is a way. This is a real investor. You invest your time here. You invest your ear, your hearing here, and look at the dividends. You become unmasked, literally. Maya just takes it off, man. And you see, I'm a spirit soul, man. I'm related to the Transcendental Lord. Wow. This is true enlightenment. I've been looking for this for eons and so many lifetimes. And everybody else has always misled me. These gurus have misled me. They're just no better than Brahmins who are also blind and can't purify themselves, and nor you. Boy, I never understood this verse before because you never heard it from a devotee Bhagavat empowered by the Lord to tell you the facts of life. And all of a sudden you realize it like that. Just like Lalita said, wow, when you spoke it, I could understand. That's how it's supposed to be. Why waste your time out there, man? Time is short now, especially. Can't you see? Maya's after everybody. Maya's taken everything away, man. All your dependence on materially, you thought you could depend. She's become a meanie, very mean-minded. But this is all under the direction of the Lord. To humble people in the sense, like to take their shelters away, the flimsy shelters. You got to realize everything is flimsy except this. Attachment to the transcendental Lord is the only substantial thing in this universe. Everything will abandon you. The Lord's Maya abandons you. You thought you had shelter from Maya. She's turning on everybody. There's one pilot, he was a pilot. He says, I trusted the government for all my life, and I was a pilot, and they said to get the shot. I got the shot because I believed in the government. And they betrayed me. Yeah, of course. Well, they've always betrayed. They're always betraying you. They're wasting your time. Everything in Maya is wasting your time. That's what she does. That's why you're going to need to hear the preaching of real devotees who are not wasting their time. Yeah, even the elite, they say we want to get rid of all the useless eaters. Everybody's practically a useless eater to them. Yeah, and the Lord is saying the same. Yeah, come on, I've had enough of this, man. Useless eaters. You're just eating all day. What? To go listen to Tony Robbins so you can make a lot of money, mundane material things you can't take with you. I've had enough of this. I've had enough of these teachers. Where's some eternal people teaching like he did, like God did 550 years ago, or like Radha and Krishna did? Where are those kind of teachers teaching the immortal path? Where are these gurus? Why can't they teach? Why are they just teaching varnashram dharma and rules and ceremonies, and they don't even haven't realized Krishna themselves and still more or less wasting the time of their disciples who think they're going to get Krishna from them, but they don't. This is getting Krishna. Getting Krishna means feeling Krishna, man. Man, tears pouring out of your eyes because you're chanting your beloved Lord's name, showing you got the spirit of bhakti. Yeah. Yeah, look at it. The foundation is shot. They're still, they're doing what the world does. Oh, yeah, you're not double vax. Can't come to our temple. Well, who needs your temple? I don't need your temple, man. Keep your temples. Keep them. Who needs them? Never did before. All I need is the name of God, like Jesus said, man. Spirit and truth. That's all I need. Spirit, Ananda, and the truth, conclusive truth. I got all that. We'll build our temple on that. Yeah. Don't need any walls. Well, why have walls? Why lock people in? Why not open it up? How about a borderless worship that goes out into infinity? Even let the demigods listen to these things. They like these kind of things. Why wouldn't they? Glorifying the truth is the only light in this world. Why? What do you think? Jesus said, "My words are life and light." Okay? That's a devotee, man. Are you like that? Well, you come here, we'll make you like that. You come here, you'll be converted into a real example of the path. You become a real disciple, then a real spiritual teacher, then a real spiritual master, just like here. And you don't have to change your clothes. People say, man, this guy has some substance to what he says. I think I'll follow that. You think these gurus can do that? You take their dhoti off, they're just plain Jane, man, ordinary person. They're ordinary anyway. They're just giving you the dress for success thing, like mundane material people do. Man, are you dressed for success? Means are you dressed up with bhakti ornaments? Do you have devotion to the Lord? Do you have real conclusive understanding of the scriptures? Do your word, does it liberate people? Because it's empowered with real bhakti and the order of God. Yeah, that's, you want to be like that, you come here, well, you'll become like that easily. No problem. Yeah. See, from this ananda, from this way of worship, real intelligence comes. You show me anybody with better intelligence. This only came just because of communing with God. That's what it's all about. Now you get some real substantial understanding. Otherwise, everybody's just superficially looking at everything. Doesn't reveal the heart of the Lord, the truth of the Lord, the essence of what life is all about. See, even look at, I mean, I just use these guys. I don't have any hate for them, or I want to be bigger and better and more. Of course, already bigger, better, and more. That's a no brainer. Of course, because I worship like this. The Lord makes everybody worshiping like this, bigger, better, and more than any guru in this world that doesn't worship like this. You want to be bigger, better, and more than those gurus, you come here and the Lord will purify you. You won't even be thinking, oh, it's about being bigger, better, and more. You just are. Your word is bigger than any word that any big titles can give. Yeah, your ananda, your transcendental intimacy and happiness with God, being close to God, is bigger than anybody else that doesn't have that mercy. You just become naturally bigger, better, and more than anything and anybody in this world. Bigger, better, and more than demigods. And don't even think about it like, well, I'm bigger, better. They're all thinking about it. They have to. That's their life. They get life. I'm bigger, better, and more than you. I don't have any bhakti like you don't have any bhakti, but I'm bigger, better, and more in my crazy mind. Come, this is all about you want to be bigger, better, and more. Do it the right way. Get real bhakti, worship the Lord in ecstasy, overcome the false ego like that. Now you identify, yeah, I'm a devotee of the Lord. I'm here to serve you. Lord, make you happy, man. What makes you happy makes me happy. There you go. That's self-realization in a nutshell. That's Krishna consciousness in a nutshell. I know the secret of life is just making you happy because I'm happy doing it. There we go. That's Vrindavan. That's their realization. You got it too now. So where do you live in? Where's your home? This is fun. Nice to glorify the truth, man. Stand up for the truth. What are you standing up for? At least Tony Robbins standing up for whatever he believes in. Yeah, he's inspired a lot of people, but it's all temporary, man. So it's time. Hey, Tony Robbins, come on, you should come here too. Come on, Bill Gates, you come also. How about you, Fauci? Come on, man. Let's get straight. Let's get real, man. We don't have to get rid of people. Let's just fix these jalopies out here. Fix these useless eaters. Let them eat this. You eat this, they'll eat this, and everybody will become strong and healthy and harmonize, and the Lord will make room. He's a miracle worker. He can make his world expand. Vrindavan is expanding, man. It's only 33 miles in circumference. 33, interesting. 30 miles or something. Yeah, but then the more devotees in there, it just expands. Okay? The world will be like that too. You need more air, he just expands the air, man. Why? He's not incapable. Hey, this is good message for everybody. Let us, be. We don't have to live in hypocrisy. All it does, that's miserable. Makes people miserable. You think it makes you happy? It doesn't make you happy. After a while, everything's shouted from the rooftops. All that stuff in secret. Yeah, all this stuff in secret. It's going to be Bill Gates will be known as the biggest mass murderer in all of history. Fauci also. It'd be shouted from the rooftops. And then they got to go through the humiliation of that, being found out. But, but, that could all be finished, man. You got all that greed for you want more money? Well, come here, man. We'll show you what real money is. This is real money. This is real wealth, man. We got the golden goose, man. You got only the eggs that are laid from the golden goose. We got the golden goose. Whenever an egg, it needs to be laid, it lays it. I remember, Lord Chaitanya, whenever his mother needed money because he broke everything, it's his fault, actually. He just come with a gold thing. Oh, look, yeah, I just got this for you. Hey, that's what a relationship with the Lord. What do you think he's teaching there? Get that. Will you come here? We'll give you that relationship with the Lord, man. And you need something, it'll just kind of come. You wonder, where'd that come from? That's what I got. Where'd that come from? This is all worshiping the Lord in ecstasy. Otherwise, everything's hard. You have to go to Tony Robbins, expensive seminars and work your butt off, man. Oh, tough path, man. Everything, man. See, fruitive work, man. And they even tell you, man, oh, well, you want money, you're going to have to discipline yourself. Oh, you're going to have to work for it. You're going to be thinking about it all day and night. You ready for that kind of thing? I'd rather think about Krishna all day and night because it's fun, easy. I don't even have to think of all this. Sometimes I think in other things. Doesn't matter. I just come back to him because, just attachment. What can you do, man? You find something you're really attached to, it's hard to give it up. Yeah. See, such a position may befit others. Jadu, I guess Thakur says this. Such a position may befit others, but I do not possess such spiritual power. I belong to a lower class and have not even a pinch of devotion to Lord Krishna. See, lower class, I don't know why. They do that a lot, But, he knows better. I belong to a lower class. Of course, he, knows nothing. It's nothing about that. Yeah. Sometimes I wonder why they say these things. I mean, of course you must have spiritual knowledge. Why are you saying that? I belong to a lower class. It doesn't. Yeah. See, higher class, low class. Everybody is low class. See, in the eyes of the Lord. It's like Saint Francis. He quoted the verse: "Everyone is poor in the eyes of the Lord." See, the only one who's rich is the one rich in bhakti. Nobody else. Everybody is poor in the eyes of the Lord. Otherwise, the devotee, the Lord's thinking by this. He saw, with Suklambara, Suklambara was chanting in ecstasy. How he'd keep people up at night because he'd chant in ecstasy. And the Lord came during the day. He used to come and he didn't reveal himself and everything. And he's poor. This guy, he just gives half his wages to the Ganga, and just poor. Couldn't even, wear tattered clothes. But he was a businessman. He would sell banana leaf colors, banana leaf things, cups. Yeah. And the Lord came to him and says, "Hey, man, you should give me some banana leaf cups for free." He said, "What are you kidding? I'm a poor guy. I need every little cent." And I said, "No, you're not poor. You're rich. You're a wealthy person. What kind of thing is this?" And sure, I said, "What do you wealth? What kind of wealth do I have? Look at tattered clothes, man. Yeah, holes in my roof." No, he says, "You're very rich. And someday I'm going to reveal that before the world." See, and he did in the 21 hours of ecstasy. Nobody knew Sridhar. They people even then, back then, it's the same as now, more or less. They thought, oh, this Sridhar, what is he screaming? The name. Why is he crying? Why is all this? And they didn't know they had a Mahabhagavat right there in their midst. Yeah. And then the Lord revealed it. He called him, oh, yeah, bring that Sridhar here. He's my intimate devotee. Okay? So that's what it is. Basically, if you can identify an intimate devotee of the Lord who chants the holy name with great ecstatic devotion, you found the path is that devotee. You found the door to the spiritual world, if that's what you want. There's no other door other than that devotee. That's why they come here. We read about this yesterday. They come here, because to liberate people. Otherwise, without them, there's no liberation. You're just stuck in the Maya. You got all these teachers teaching you about the glories of material things, the glories of nirvana, to merge in this emptiness. See, what are they going to teach you? Yeah, that's why religion is something. At least they talk about God, but it's just a lot of talk without the feeling. At least there's some direction towards God, you know. Hmm. See, Kalidas smeared the dust from the footprints all over his body. Then he hid in a place where Charu Thakur's home. Upon returning home, Jadu Thakur saw the mangoes by Kalidas presented. Within his mind, he offered them. Yeah, so anyway, Kalidas went and he ate those mangoes in the ditch. See, again, it's always external, but what does it represent? People think, oh, well, okay, this is what I got to do. I got to wait for a pure devotee to eat mangoes and go in the ditch and eat the remnants. Is that really it? Yeah. People don't know what those remnants are. They don't know what the Vaishnava is eating. See, eating is this way. You got to see people eating the holy name, man. See, where it's food for them, it's life for them. You can see with your eyes that this person is taking a new kind of food that I know not of. See? Their soul is awakened and mine isn't. Oh, I think, wow, he's preaching that this is treasure. I think I believe him because I've chased all this other phantoms around. And that's the only thing that really makes sense now. This spiritual food. Oh, yeah, I also want to eat this. That's Raghunaga Bhakti. That's why there's so few candidates. They don't understand. Raghunatha, wait, you're not interested? Don't you want deep knowledge like this? Don't you want deep ecstasy like this? Don't you want the golden goose, man? Don't you want Krishna? Intimacy with the Lord? That's what it's all about here. In the Varnashram Dharma system, the lower class is not educated in spiritual knowledge. The Sudras just serve the higher castes. Sudras were not allowed to read the Shastras. Yeah, that's right. But the Lord, he usually liberates the lower caste first because these other guys are full of pride. They won't listen to his empowered servants. They wouldn't even listen to him. He had to take sannyas before they'd listen to him. They get into the kingdom of God later. Pride is it. The Lord even said, those who are proud of their scholarship will not get this ecstatic devotion. Okay? The Sudras will. That's why that's the example. A person like Amy, she gets more mercy than these big scholars, these big gurus with their big followings. See, she'll get more mercy because she's in the right place than these persons with their big scholarship and big followings. So doesn't that make sense? You got to see, where is the Lord's mercy really being manifest? Okay? Well, that's what we say. It's all here. That's why it's all about going to where the Lord is manifesting in this world. That's here. If you don't come here, you're following some longer path. And I mean long with an L, a big L. Give me an L. Give me an L. A big long L. That's all these other paths. Give me a short. That's this path, a shortcut. See? Give me a shortcut to this wealth. And we'll give you a big cut of the action here. You come here, we'll give you a big cut. No shortcut. We'll give you a shortcut to the action, but a big cut of the action. How's that? How are we preaching there, Mayavati? Are we doing okay? She's one of my favorite girls lately. Mayavati. I like her. She's a very creative, honest person. All right, what else we got here? Ah. See, even though one is a very learned scholar and engaged in Sanskrit literature, if he's not engaged in pure devotional service, he is not accepted as my devotee. Okay? If he's not engaged in pure devotional service, see, you're still not accepted if you're doing Vaidhi. That's not the safe position. You have to be awakened. See, you have to be awakened. You have to receive this mercy. See, engage in pure devotional service. That's why Jesus said, only the Son knows the Father, and the Father recognizes the Son. See, they're both sons in this world. The Lord, if you're not engaged in pure devotional service, the Lord doesn't recognize you. That's why he sends Guru, so that you can be recognized. Otherwise, you're nothing. You're just an atom floating in this universe. Do you look at the atoms in your body? You ever looked at the atom in your body? That's what we are. We're unknown. Basically, the Lord, we're just floating in the Lord's body. What didn't he Krishna say that? He said everything is in me. See, like atoms in the body, right? Everything's in him, but I'm not in them. Okay? But he's in his devotee because his devotee is in him deeply, realized. He's got realization. See, he's come the real path. He listened to a real devotee with real knowledge that lights up the scriptures. Light it up, man. We light it up. See, he's in those devotees, man. And you could see it, man. You could see, my God, the Lord is in this person. Unless you listen to an illusionist. Oh, he's a sahaja, the Lord ain't in him. What, is the Lord in your miserable self? Your miserable, envious, jealous, less intelligent self? The Lord is in his ecstatic devotees, the authentic devotees. And if they're really authentically ecstatic, they will be knowledgeable, man. When you hear their word, it'll make sense. It'll be more logical than these other illogical preachers. Now you know who is really illogical. Anybody that is not worshiping the Lord in ecstasy is more or less illogical, more or less misdirecting you. Is not your real friend yet. Anybody pointing you to pure devotional service is your friend, and otherwise not fully your friend yet. Okay. Yeah, if the Lord is in you, truly, if he's awakened in you, then you will know what I'm talking about. You will gravitate here, just like when the Lord was. The Lord started to manifest ecstatic devotion, his true nature. Hmm. Then people started to come. People that were really looking for Krishna started to come. He started manifesting his true nature. Just that's our method here, man. We just the Lord's manifesting his nature here. The devotees are manifesting their real nature as purified devotees, as worshiping the Lord with pure ecstasy, with a pure hearts. And then those who are meant to come, come. They gather here. Why not? Where else do you find a place like this to gather? You think it's just on every street corner you'll have such a gathering? You think just in any of these temples where they're looking at, ooh, we hate you, you didn't get your shot. Ooh, you bad person, man. You didn't put poison in your body. We're so intelligent. You didn't mess up your immune system. See, that's their intelligence now, is to go with the world. They believe the world. I don't believe the world. This is what kind of devotees are you guys? Okay, these are people, you should believe in them. Why are you leaving? Why are you going to ISKCON? They're teaching you these things. Teaching you to believe in the world who has turned on them. What kind of shelter can they give? That's not shelter here. That's why, hey man, I'm opening my mouth now. Hey man, leave those places. Come here. The real shelter of the Lord is here. Our ship is going back to Vaikunta. Well, more beyond. Yeah, what are you doing out there? Look at it. You got no shelter, man. If the Lord gives you intelligence not to get this thing or put this thing on, you can't get shelter there. They think, oh well, you got to do what we say, otherwise you don't get the shelter. Yeah. Here we just do what Krishna teaches. Krishna says, go to the devotees who have the mercy of this relationship. Yeah, that's what Krishna says. I just say what Krishna says. I like what he says. What he says is real, true, honest, powerful, full of benefit. Yeah, poisoning it right there because they're going with the world. See, they're going with the world. They believe in the world that's deceiving them. This is what the Lord protects us here. Why? Because of this kind of worship, especially. He gives us the intelligence. The only ones that have a little problem before is because you guys in Belgium, you believed in the doctors. That's why you guys are all sick, is because you believed in them. Well, some of you guys still believe in doctors. You still believe in these guys. They've been lying to you from the beginning, or they're in fear, or they misdirecting. We're naturally healthy. We've been injected with poisons from the beginning. They've been trying to kill people, and they have fluoride in the water and all that stuff, man. The best thing was just leave those guys, man. Yeah. Yeah, you believe in even now the devotees, they stick to, they wonder why they get corona and all that stuff, and then they get sick, and they never give them the I word. They want you to put the tube down you, and they pay them more money for the tube down your throat, which kills you. It's a crazy thing. So anyway, I don't believe in the world. Why should I? I got the Lord, the transcendental Lord. He protects me from his Maya. That's why the devotee, they protect you till you mature. Otherwise, Maya's always there to dash you to the ground. You need protection. The spiritual master is like your father and mother, and until you grow up. And then you can see these things. The problem is Krishna is not there. It's not important enough. Yeah. Yeah. Pure devotee with no motives of material enjoyment, mental space. He is dear to me. All respect should be given to him. Whatever he offers should be accepted. Such devotees are as worshipable as I am. See, and if you're not doing that, whatever they offer, what? Here we offering real knowledge. See, offering real knowledge, if you don't accept it, and most don't. See, therefore they stay where they're at. They stay under Maya. Why does the Lord write these verses? Because they're true. This is the path, man. When you hear from devotees who are real, the real deal, man, they're real empowered by the Transcendental Lord. You accept what they give you. They accept this knowledge that they speak, accept this bhakti that they share. See, then your life becomes beautiful. Otherwise not. You become more free. See, you're free in the devotees, in the Lord. Remember the verse I read this morning? The heroic devotees, man. Then they are. They're heroes. They're the only heroes in the world. Whoever delivers you from the cycle of birth and death is a hero. Superman can't do that. What kind of hero is he? He can't rescue you from the cycle of birth and death. Has these gurus, can they rescue you from the cycle of birth and death? Charya Dev is even in telling you to go get the shot. He believes in it. What kind of shelter can he give anybody? He's under the whammy himself. I was shocked. I was amazed. Look at even him. Shows that he's not, his scholarship can't do anything for him, can't even protect him from putting poison in his own body, and also advocating it to be, I don't see that much different than that Jonestown thing where they tell you it made you drink the Kool-Aid. You tell me the difference. Is there any difference? They're making you suicide out, man. What's the difference from drinking that Kool-Aid where you died like this than taking this and you die in 2 or 3 years, or you become dependent? I already heard all these things. I know about that stuff. I studied all that stuff. It's all in there. The real knowledge is in there. You'll have a shot immune system after those boosters. And then you're dependent. You're always going to get that until you die. A miserable death. That's what the Lord said. Oh, you're going to have faith in my Maya now? Oh, she's mean. She is one bitch now. And are you her bitch? This is the bottom line is, are you her bitch? Yes, I'm her bitch, man. I'm in ISKCON. I'm her bitch. Oh, I am so bad today. I'm a bad boy. Oh, Gohar, you're such a bad boy. Let's make it raw, man. Life, Krishna is in the heart. Krishna is in the heart of Narayan Raj. Yeah, he's in the heart, but he's dormant in a lot of those guys. Obviously, he says, See, a lot of people might say, "Oh, he's in the heart of everybody. He's in the heart of these girls." Yeah, yeah. Well, how come he says everything is in me, but I'm not in them? See? He's not in many of those gurus you just mentioned. He's not in them. What being in them means that you're in the transcendental potency. You're living in the spiritual world with the Lord. Otherwise, he's not in you, man. I live with my Lord. What about, I'm here to glorify. I'm here to stand up for pure devotional service like Lalita does. Isn't it fun to stand up for this now? Isn't it nice? Just stand up for the truth, man, without compromise. Truth, ultimate truth, no respecter of persons. If you're an illusion, I don't care how many followers you have, how big your title. If you're an illusion, you're an illusion. Prove that you're not. Otherwise, step aside. We'll break the illusion. If not for you, for maybe some of your followers. See, that's magnanimity. We're going to want people to come into the kingdom of God. You, as you are, would have a big problem in ISKCON. I wouldn't have a big problem. They'd have a big issue.
They have a problem with you.
Yeah.
It's a religious system. And the
Yeah.
Lord said, abandon all religious systems.
Oh, yeah.
Abandon it. I'm not there. Just surrender unto me.
Yeah.
Surrender
Yeah.
unto the Guru who has Satchitananda, Guru Maharaj, here,
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. Yeah. You bet your little goody two shoes they'd have a bit of problem. And that would be a good problem. Don't think that we come to bring peace to this world. We came with a sword, the sword of truth, to liberate people. Anybody out there in ISKCON want to be liberated? Does this preaching make any sense to you? Can you see real shelters here? Do you believe in false paths and false gurus and false prophets and false acharyas and false this and false that? Or can you see they're abandoning you? Yeah, they're playing Maya's game with you. Yeah, when I heard Acharya Dave advocating the shot, I thought this guy is really less intelligent. That's just the truth, man. Yeah, really. That's the truth. Anybody advocating that now and that the Lord isn't protecting them, why? Then that means you can't get protected by that guy or any of these gurus are doing. A lot of them are doing this. Dalai Lama is doing this. This is my Lord, man. My Lord is revealing. He's revealing that there's no real shelter in the Dalai Lama. I knew that from these. Many goody two shoes ain't good enough. Probably sold out. He was probably engaged by the Illuminati. They've been doing this stuff all the time. They put all their high ranking persons in high places where people respect them and worship them. That's their gods. Like in the Emmys, and the what do you, Oscars. They're gods, they're little golden statues. They see, worship us. We're gods. We got a golden statue. You should worship us. All these things now. This is all being revealed. All your false shelters are going to be knocked over, my friends. And this is going to show that this is the only thing you can depend on is real devotees, the heroic devotees, man, who have won their relationship with Krishna. And you become a winner in their association and only their association. You got in this Sangha heroic devotees. You don't take shelter of the heroes here, you're going to be knocked down. Maya's already taken over ISKCON, man. Can't you see? Not strong enough, just rules, regulations, and all that. You need to find the real shelter. Krishna's really working here, man, overtime. He works overtime here. You notice? Doesn't just put in, doesn't take a day off even. I say what Jesus says, man. My Father doesn't take a day off. Why should he? It's too fun to stay on the job. This job, I like this job. I don't want to take a day off. My Father doesn't. Why should I? I like to put in some overtime. Yeah, I like to increase my dividends. I like my wealth increasing. I'm more greedy than Bill Gates, man, because this is my wealth, man. I can't get enough of this wealth. See? That's a different thing. I get my freedom in this wealth. This is my freedom, man. This is my sovereignty. Hey, you new age people, you're barking up the wrong tree trying to be sovereign in yourself, man. I'm sovereign in my Lord. This is the real teaching of the absolute eternal truth. Jesus taught it. All real liberated souls teach this truth in essence. Be sovereign in God. Hey, Govinda Das.
Jai Gopal, Jai Gaurari. It
Am
sounds
I,
okay.
how am I doing, man? Am I strong enough? Should I tone it down a little bit?
No, don't tone it down. Just amp it up, amp it up, amp it up. Yeah, yeah. Anybody out there wants to help me with a nice picture for the books? We're putting these Chaitanya
Oh,
Lilas into 2020 kind of format. A nice picture of Guru Maharaj breaking a danda would be good.
breaking it down.
I love that pastime you was sharing the lila, and it's so nice to put these pastimes in a 2020 context. By that I mean things that people can see going on
Yeah,
at this time.
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, I'm loving it, Guru Maharaj. I'm loving it. I'm happy I'm on here. God, it's
It's
great.
good. You know, you could take some of these pictures from our Sankirtan down here where we were dancing with people and stuff. You just watch the video and then snap it. You know, you can um, either snap it somehow. Yeah.
Yeah, screenshot I will do. I've been doing, and because you and Janiki together, it's great. I'm loving to see you together,
I
and
tell
the
you, these
devotion.
people, they love it. It's amazing the happiness people are experiencing here from this kirtan. They just like it's going wild, man. They're just like unbelievable. They're just so they can't believe it. It's just like it's such a air of fresh air, you know, in their lives here. This kirtan, what we're doing, this dancing. Everybody's starting to dance. You know, they're loving it, man. They're loving to dance, dancing down the road. You know.
Yeah, yeah, that's great. I mean, yeah, if you had an address, I could send you some books, or maybe that'd be quite a nice thing, and then you could give them away, especially if the people see the pictures of themselves in books. It can help them. I found that
Oh
with my friend. It helps. I'm in that book. Oh, look, I'm in that book because I put my friends in, and it
yeah,
kind of they, they don't know they're going to take me out for my birthday. They've been telling me off that I kept it quiet,
yeah.
but they don't know that I'm going to give a birthday request.
You know, the way to do it, I think, also is people can print them out. I think isn't that how you do it? You get them, you print them out on the computer.
Well, to be honest, I mean, if Balaram is listening to this, please take advantage of Turkey being the cheapest place to print books in Europe. I mean, I've done it in Belgium, but it's expensive. Devotees, if they feel to do it,
Uh-huh.
obviously you've got to feel it in your heart to do it, but you can just take them to printers and they can do a copy from copy. We could do hundreds in Belgium, in Turkey. So if Balaram wanted to, and any devotees, they can do that.
I will ask him to contact you, Govinda.
Please, yeah, thank you, Lolita. And I will send devotees.
Yeah.
I'm going to get my friends because they want to take me out for a meal, but I'm going to get them to sing Hare Krishna for me. Stick together.
Right. Good.
That's my
Good. Good.
birthday request.
Oh, it's your birthday. Is your birthday coming up?
They were telling me off because I didn't tell no one, and then they
Well,
kind of
usually Facebook will tell. You know.
yeah, I think it come up in conversation, and they're telling me off. So I'm going to get them.
Janaki says she has lots of pictures.
Oh, Janaki, send them to me, please. All devotees can send
I mean, I'm
send me.
sorry. I mean, River says that. River said.
You can send me, River. Yeah.
Yeah.
I take a lot from Rivers. Rivers making very nice photos. She made a nice one of Lolita. She's really helpful, and Tom is really helpful as well. He's making some short clips of the classes.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Good. Very good. Let's see here. Kalidasa. So in this way, Kalidasa ate the remnants of food left by the Vaishnavas residing in Bengal. So the remnants of food is basically, ultimately, is Harikatha. Is you got to eat those remnants. You know, as the devotee is, he's chewing the scriptures. See, they're eating, okay? And you eat the remnants. And if you don't do that, then you don't know what Krishna consciousness is really about. Is to hear the words spoken by devotees, and that's how you get purified. That's how. Otherwise, you can't enter Vrindavan. It's not enough even chanting the holy name. You got to hear from the devotees. It's special. That's why the books always preach that. If you just want liberation, okay, that's fine. You can just chant and you'll feel a little liberated. But ultimately, you got to hear from the devotees who are from the spiritual dimension. You know, and then then you develop relationship with the spiritual dimension beyond liberation, beyond even Vaikuntha, especially when you have Vrindavan devotees. Otherwise, there's no other way to get there. Yeah, you got to hear those who have a affectionate relationship with the Transcendental Lord. See? And that's why devotees, if you listen to devotees, your ecstasy and chanting will increase because of that relationship is increased. See, it doesn't happen just, you notice devotees have been chanting for years, but they're more or less the same. Okay, they feel a little good and all that, but it doesn't increase much. See, it doesn't increase in intimacy, because if it does, it increases in ecstasy. If it's increasing in intimacy, it'll increase in those tears because of love, condensed love for God, and laughter and all these other symptoms of transcendental mellows. If it's increasing, then for that increase, you have to associate with ecstatic devotees who are into this transcendental mellows. It's through their association, not just by chanting around peers who are not ecstatic. No visible symptoms do you see of love of God awakened yet. Where you got to see where is ecstatic love of God awakening? Where is the fruit of that? Where is that fruit? See, that's where God is. That's where intimate relationships are with the Lord. That's where real Krishna consciousness is. See, anyway, we have such a place. That's why we can preach. I can preach these things. Why? It's my reality and many of your realities too. Why can't we preach our reality? Then it'll become the reality of others. Others will also get this reality. That's the witness program, right? You stand up and say, this is very good. I like this reality. I love being in the Lord and the Lord in me. It's really right. It's perfect. It's natural. It's the way we're built and meant to be. Not cripple-minded persons, crippled by the Maya. She cripples everybody. She makes you a cripple. He's crippling you with the shots now. They always crippling. Cripple-minded. They put fluoride in there, always crippling everybody. Ooh, you must be really envious of people.
It's great. Great.
Don't
It is
believe
great.
in Maya. Maya, she's a bitch, man. Don't be her bitch.
That's it. You're all bitches. Iskon's just a bitch of Maya, Epstein's flight log. That's really it. You're a bitch.
You become
Bitch. Narayan Maharaj devotees are bitches. That's what you are, man.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
They're doing what they can do.
They're doing what they can do. Bitches of witches.
More coffee. Oh no. Yeah, speaking about coffee, should have a sip. Yeah, leave this coffee untouched. Yeah. Yeah. Coffee hasn't been tasting so good lately. I don't know, man. Losing my taste. Krishna's taking my taste for coffee away. That's a bummer. Yeah. What is this? I only like this was my only sacred cows here. Holy cows. Holy cow! You're taking my taste for coffee. It's becoming an effort to even make it. That's the smallest guy. I'm using the cappuccino machine Janaki brought from my motorhome. It's okay. It doesn't. The milk thing doesn't work. Oh yeah. By the way, Janaki, if you're listening, and I think you are, to get a needle and go up there with open the port for the frothing thing for the hot milk in that machine. Well, that was an interesting rant. I like this pastime here. The Lord Chaitanya would wash his feet in this ditch, and then he would enter the temple to see Lord Jagannath. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ordered his personal servant Govinda that no one should take the water that had washed his feet. Because of the Lord's strict order, no living being could take the water. Some of his intimate devotees, however, would take it by some trick. See? Because they have overcome fear, man. Why should they be fearful of a Lord who loves them and they love the Lord? See? So they would take it from, oh yeah, the Lord forbid and all this. This is what is this an external show? And so the devotees would say, well, this is the Lord's water from his feet. Of course we're going to steal it if we can do it. When the guards were not looking, they go and by some trick. See, the intimate devotees can do that because they've overcome fear. Still, awe and reverence. If you haven't developed this extraordinary love for God, there's some fear in your worship. It's okay, but go ahead.
It's interesting because what they're purporting in religions is fear, and what they're being subdued down is a fear that's really horrendous. So it's like attracting like. They're teaching fear in the religious institutions, and now they're bowing down to this fear in the world. This medical military kind of thing, and it's fear. They're both attracted to each other, and it's what it is. And people get so easily offended. I know we call them bitches, but people call me things like that all the time. Or in my life, not so much these days, or maybe they do. I get thrown out of a lot of these classes just for asking questions in ISKCON. Oh, he's a devotee of Gaur Hari. We just don't answer that question. And really, I wrote a short little story to share with this video. Really, and people can see it post on the timeline. We're offering people a compass.
I wonder if we're getting a reputation with these guys.
We are trying to help them. And
no, I wonder if they know about us. Is it?
They know. They know.
They know. They know. That's good. That's good.
Yeah,
they
it's
know.
Great. They know. It's great.
Attention.
It's like the basis of this story is, they're like walking through a jungle, and we're offering them water. We're offering them a compass because it's dark and dense, and you're going to get lost. And I know we say what we say, call them bitches and slags and the rest of it, but there's no hatred. There's nothing but compassion, actually. And if you get thrown out by be calling anything, really, it's only false ego. I mean,
Yeah.
that's all it is. Because you can't call me you can call me whatever you like. It doesn't bother me. I have what you gave me is Bhakti. It's priceless. You've heard me share it. I share it again. Give me £1 million, £1 trillion. I don't want it, man. I would rather have my association with you, Guru Hari, Lalita Ganga, and River Yamuna, and Johan, and Freddie, and the Amy Roses, and the wonderful devotees here. I don't want it. Money and things. They're just coming. They are naturally coming in my life because I'm under no illusion. It's because anything I'm doing is because you give me your mercy and grace. And those things happened in your life, like when you traveled on the train. And you had no money, you gave things away, you felt that protection and that warmth. I know that I'm offered places to live for the rest of my life all around the UK because of your association and what you've given me. I know that, and I'm
Well,
grateful.
you see, this is the thing. This is the bhakti. This is the bhakti book in action. This is what it says in Nectar Devotion: those who perform devotional service, and this is pure devotion. Those who perform pure devotional service they achieve the results of economic development, sense gratification, liberation, and religiosity, just with automatically. When you're engaged in pure devotion, it happened with Jesus and Jesus's followers, those who get the Holy Spirit, they get some of that. It happens here, happens to me. As soon when I'm as engaged in pure devotion, everything came. Everything came naturally. Just because you're engaged, you're doing the Lord's work. You got to do some sacrifice. If you're not doing the Lord's work, you're going to be in a mode of ignorance. If you just don't work. See, a lot of people, they just don't want to work. Oh yeah, this is work also, but it's easier because the Lord wants to make it easy, because He's saying, God, you're rich in me. Come get your riches. This is the way. The Lord. I feel so blessed. I was taught this system. How to be in the Lord and the Lord in me, and then the Lord is happy. Oh, that's the work. I need workers like this. Oh, you need this, that it appears. People,
Yeah,
the devotees.
that's an interesting point, because I know there's some devotees who just want to keep back and let Krishna do everything. But we know that the harvest is plentiful, but the workers are few. I mean, that parallels into the Vaishnavis and lineage. The Goswamis were writing the books, some went out and distributed them. Bhakti Siddhanta himself was saying, if you get money, you've got money, publish books. I mean, I know that's not everybody's thing. I'm not, no forced thing, but we can do service to some degree, because, like you say, we have to do something in the world. Just to sit back, put my feet up, and Krishna's show, I don't get that personally. I know some devotees are going down that line. I can't relate to it, but I don't get it.
Yeah. So listen out there. So and it's just the way it works. It's always worked like that, and you become free in the Lord, and the Lord wants us to be rich again, rich in this relationship, and then everything is drawn to it like a magnet. They sort of teach this in the New Age, but it's material. They're trying to do it materially. They're trying to make it work, and it's hard because it's a material thing. Your materially motives. The Lord is the magnet. See, our relationship with the Lord is a magnet. See, for good fortune on all levels. So that's really the secret. I mean, that's what all liberated souls are trying to teach is to bring us back into our inheritance. See, it's an inheritance. We're actually rich, but we don't know where the wealth is. The inheritance is the awakening of our soul's relationship with Krishna, with Christ, with the Lord, with God. See, and then once we get this relationship, then everything just naturally comes, And people, you'll have disciples, like disciples are appreciative, they say, oh man, my life has changed. I want to give, I feel inspired to help you. See, just like, because it's just like a transcendental business in a sense. You're doing things, you're working, but it's not, I mean, you're just doing it from your heart, and from their heart is a reciprocation. See, people's hearts, they become purified, and it's just, see, by nature it becomes really natural, and then it goes with the world. And people will just start inviting you. They start, hey, come over to my house. These strangers, right, like you, they feel it, like, hey man, I'm here to help this person. I want to do this for this person. See, they feel it, and then you always have a house. This is what Jesus said: those who sacrifice for my name's sake, their lands, their fathers, their sons, their mothers, their daughters, and all this for my name's sake, are rewarded with more fathers and more sons and more friends and more houses. See, it is unlimited. Not like Narada Muni, he's always got a place to be and stay. Yeah, people, oh, Narada Muni's here. Let's go. Yeah. Yeah. This happens in our Sangha. The Lord's practically, devotees who get real bhakti, anywhere, anybody that has some intelligence, you'll see more and more people will get intelligent, and they will like to invite you to be with. Wow, this person's a real devotee, a real intimate associate of Lord Chaitanya. Oh yeah, please, come to stay in my house. See, is expanding already. People are always inviting me. Yeah, come to this place. Come to this place. Come to this place. And I haven't been going because of this. All these restrictions. I don't like all these restrictions. I'd rather stay put than go in this and long trips with this and all that. And this maybe, who knows? I don't want to get caught up in that
You
stuff.
can't trust the authorities. Also, if you were to travel, they could just secure everybody and mandate.
Yeah.
They could
So anyway, we do what we can. Here
do
we
it.
don't have open borders. We have our nice classes. This gives me life. I mean, God, I feel enlivened all the time. So it works. The Lord has given us a wonderful thing. See, even in the Maya, see in this Facebook, everybody complaining, oh, they're doing this and they're doing that, but still we're doing this.
You know,
Thank you. Yeah,
at the
good.
time of Bhakti Siddhanta, they were also complaining. Oh, look at these so-called sannyasis and yogis. They're getting in cars, motor cars.
Yeah,
There's always complaining. Devotees are not using social media to carry a spiritual message. Ask yourselves, would Prabhupada like this? Does he like this? He
hmm,
loves it because you
yeah,
can reach so many persons and share them this great science that they can have bhakti in this lifetime. They
yeah,
can
yeah.
they can
I mean,
have this and smash this mantra that's been introduced into Krishna consciousness that it's many lifetimes. That's as faithless as believing in a death shot. It's just insanity. Chaitanya Lila is all about showing bhakti, and when somebody is showing it and giving the amount of classes that Guru Hari has been given for 26 years, and you diss, well, that's just like the Varna Ashram community, the religions of the day wanting to throw Mahaprabhu in the Ganga.
yeah.
That's what it is. And
Well, yeah, and it's so like Lalita was wondering about Rupa Goswami this morning and stuff, and so I'll repeat it again the way it works. This is a revelation. So Rupa Goswami, I mean, we don't know because there's actually a lot of mentions that the devotees, they get together and they were roll on the ground and ecstatic and everything. So this is, but let's say that was there, but the Goswamis were writing the books. See, they wrote the books, and then they distributed those books through the preachers. And part of the preaching is the ecstatic demonstration. If you're going to preach love of God, and they showed it, you can read in Bhakti Ratnakara, the devotees like Srinivas and Narottam and Shamananda, they would roll through the villages in ecstasy. Tears were pouring down their eyes in their worship, and people were very attracted, and they made disciples. And then they shared the kind of things with their disciples that we share with our disciples, very confidential truths. Okay? So that's why you could say, well, let's use the example Rupa Goswami, but what are you, a preacher? Or what are you writing like the Goswamis were writing? Or are you a preacher? Because if you're preaching love of God that they wrote in their books, isn't that what we're doing? We're preaching the love of God that's in these confidential books. We're preaching, but that to do that means people got to see that you're an ecstatic devotee. See how it shows up in your body, in your temple. Otherwise, nobody knows. This is why these persons are not ripe. They're not ripe in their understanding. Any of them. Because Narayan Raj group are all teaching this. Oh, wipe the tears. Oh, see, Rupa Goswami never showed the tears. Well, what about Narottam? What about Shamananda? They were known by these people like that as sahajas, just like us. Narottam was considered a sahaja by many people because he had tears and showed them. Well, this just comes with the territory. A lot of less intelligent people, a lot of envious people in the world. We're in this. This is Maya's domain. It's expected. Does it? We're not going to. I'm not going to stop preaching. We got the order, man. No way, man. This is a time for Krishna to shine. His ecstatic devotion to shine, man. So that people can know what is real devotion, what is the real path, man. Where is the real path? Eventually the truth works its way in. What are we doing, Karuna? Presenting for 4 years. We're much longer. First, you need foundation before you start to build. Yeah. Can't be forced. Yeah, of course. This is presentation. This is what we're presenting, accept it or not. It's up to you, to your minds. Let's see here. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. I'm going to just find another verse here. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Purjumya received instructions from Ramananda, chapter 5 of Anjalila. I'm going to skip around, just read some verses. My lord, he said, kindly hear me. I am a cripple-minded householder, the most fallen of men, but somehow by my good fortune I have received the shelter of your lotus feet, which are rarely to be seen. See, cripple-minded household, somehow I've received the shelter of your lotus feet. What is that shelter? See, the shelter is you're attached to the Lord. I'm just a fool. I'm a cripple-minded house. I don't have to be anything special, but somehow I got the shelter of the Lord. I'm attached, man. I love being with the Lord. I love chanting his name. That's I'm somehow or other, I got this good fortune, man. I'm more wealthy than Tony Robbins because I went to the Lord. Govinda fell off his chair. Yeah. Somehow I have received your shelter. Somehow. See, so this is really the essence again of Krishna consciousness. Feeling the shelter. Shelter means you chant the holy name in ecstasy. You see, and Lalita, she knows she's got the shelter of the Lord. She knows what real bhakti is. She knows she's not a fruitive worker. She can relate to the verses. Yeah, it's like that. I'm a witness. Yeah. I just worship the Lord because I just love the Lord. He's just so cute and handsome. And the Lord has given me a heart so that I can feel that. See, I love this verse. These verses are precious. This is the essence. See? So that's the kind of person you need to associate with. Those who have the shelter of the Lord like that. They're attached to the point of tears. Where are the tears, man? No tears. No, your attachment's very light, very small. He won't give a very good class. Just an intellect. No wonder they got to study so much. They got to give a good class, they got to juggle the words of scriptures really nicely. You think you're going to hear the scriptures. No, you're going to see a juggler. You didn't know. You're going to see an act, juggling act. You shouldn't say, oh, what a nice verse. You say, no, look, great juggling. Boy, he's juggling those scriptures really nice. The concepts, man. Wow, look at them. They're in the air. You ever see juggler? They keep the balls in the air. They keep and you're looking at the balls, you're thinking, wow, man, that's really great. What'd you learn in the scripture? I don't know, man. I'm looking at the balls in the air. I'm looking at those words going around my mind, juggled so nicely. What did you learn? Well, I don't know. I'm just watching the juggling. It's fascinating. These words going here and there and up and down and, all this, yeah. What did you learn? I don't know. I'm trying to learn the art of juggling scriptures. Yeah. Be merciful unto me and kindly tell me something about Krishna. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu replied, I do not know about topics concerning Lord Krishna. I think that only Ramananda Roy knows, for I hear these topics from him. See, so this guy was an aristocratic first-class Brahmin, and the Lord was testing him, just like he's testing the world. Yeah. Go. Oh, you want to hear from me? Are you kidding? What do I know about Krishna? I go to Ramananda Roy, man, that Sudra over there, the guy who touches women in private places even. Haven't you heard about Ramananda Roy? The guy doesn't give a shit about anybody. He just goes and wants to touch women in private places. He does it. He touches their privates too. I mean, the Lord even commented. I'm just repeating what the story is. That's part of the story. Yeah, he's touchy, massages their bodies and all that stuff. Go listen to him. Go hear from him. Can you imagine telling a Pukka Brahmin that? They would never go. They wouldn't care if it was Lord Chaitanya himself. They wouldn't go. But this Brahmin went. Why? Because he had the shelter of the Lord. He was attached, and the Lord protects those who have his shelter. That's why you want protection here in the world. You come here and you'll get real protection. Otherwise, not. Even on a worldly thing. See, the Lord protects his devotee. And he said, yeah, I want to, okay, I'll go and I'll listen. Yeah. Now listen to what the Lord says about the glories of this attachment to Harikatha. Mahaprabhu replied, I do not know about topics concerning Lord Krishna. It is your good fortune that you are inclined to hear topics regarding Krishna. It's your good fortune that you're inclined. That's why I say you come here. If you just get inclined, you like to be here, you like to listen to these talks. Your fortune knows no bounds in that. That's the whole point, or the secondary point of this preaching. First is I like to taste it. I like to relish this preaching. I love to stand up for the truth, to be truthful with you. I like to stand for something. Doesn't everybody like to stand for something ultimately? That's where the life is, the juice is standing. What do you stand for? Okay, you stand for the illusion. People get happiness standing for the illusion. Look at what's his name? Charles Schwab or Klaus? Soros. Soros said, "Hey man, he's finally stood up for what his mission was, which is to destroy the whole system and reestablish a new thing." He said, as soon as I started to act, before I was a little shy, but then I realized I want to act out being God. And then I started to feel great, empowered. And he was and is. So you're becoming like God. Yes, that's what I want. I feel inspired. So he stood up. He's standing up for what he believes. Yeah, why can I fault him for this? He's standing up. Who's standing up for what they believe? Most are just complying, right? They just just put the mask on and give me my shot. Are you standing up for this? Well, not really. I'm just complying. A lot of people don't even believe in that, and they're still getting it. Well, that way I can travel. Otherwise, I won't be able to travel. Travel for a little while, and then you're going to die. Probably a horrible death, actually. They can't just take you out. Oh, if you're lucky, you go out quick with a heart attack from blocked arteries from the clotting up of the blood. You're lucky if you go like that. If not, it's going to be a slow, miserable thing. Neurological problems. Oh, some of these things people are going through. Horrible. Heartbreaking, actually. And they cover it all up. All of it. It's a fingerless print way to murder people. See, because you can't quite prove why they're getting heart attacks, why 400 athletes are just killing 400 athletes more every day, right there on the field, keeling right over on their face, dying, and nobody, and they don't. Oh, well, we don't know why in this past year 400 people just die right on the track, and in their baseball and football things. People can't even, they're losing their brains. They can't even think, like put two and two together. Yeah. This is the time we're living in. Okay? Better get the shelter of the Lord. Yeah, otherwise you got not a very nice fate. Okay? That's why I'm preaching a little more boldly nowadays, you notice? People need to hear the truth, man. Just give them a chance. Yeah. So yeah, those who are fortunate, that's our secret here, man. You come here, why wouldn't you become attracted? Most of the people here come in here every day because we're attracted to this, man. And look what the Lord says, man. Don't you believe what God says? Anybody out there? Don't you believe this stuff? This is true. Chaitanya, I don't know. It is your good fortune that you are inclined to hear topics regarding Krishna. The best course for you would be to go to Ramananda Roy and hear these topics. I see you have acquired a taste for hearing talks regarding Krishna. You come here, you'll get a taste for these talks of truth. There's nothing like them. That's why there's nothing like Prabhupada's books or the Goswami. They're so great. Fantastic. His preaching is fantastic. I love like doing our day thing. I go over the verses and he says this and we just amplify it a little bit more and just add a new angle to it. Hey, people, you can get that here and not in these guys. They're juggling the scriptures. You're just sitting there. Usually, well, let's just sit here and watch the juggling show. I'm not really attracted because then I go out and I do my fruit of stuff, or I just work for the temple. I have no interest in reading these books or chanting these verses or learning or going to hear about them. No, when you get an inclination, you desire this. It becomes a desire, man. I want to talk about Krishna. I need to. Go ahead.
But they don't make it very attractive. I remember when I went to the temples, I only worked because when I went to those lectures, it was not attractive at all. So I prefer to work. I really
they do
prefer
it out
to
of
work.
duty. They do it out of duty, right? And even they do it. They're just a duty. Just like they chant, just because it's a duty. They're supposed to. They don't have this natural enthusiasm awakened because that means you got to be around those who are naturally enthused to talk. I mean, look at this. 2 hours and 35 minutes. And I think I mostly maybe chanted a half an hour. The rest is talk about Krishna, glorifying the truth, man. Standing up for it, man, accentuating it, trying to make bridges for people, help them, I love it, man. I love it. I'm enthused to do it. And you will get the enthusiasm just being around the person doing that. Otherwise, there's no way you can do that. There's no way you can develop this attraction. That's why the Lord was glorious. You are so fortunate. You've developed an attraction to hear topics of Krishna. Okay? Yeah, because people are listening to topics of Maya day in and day out. They have no attraction for this. It's poisoned their taste. They've been poisoned. Why not? Might as well get your shot, man. You're already in this gun. You've been poisoned by your hearing that Hari Katha. So might as well finish it off and get your little shot in there, man. More poison. Right? I mean, bottom line. Because if you hear real Hari Katha, you become enlightened. You become an ecstatic chanter. You become really purified fast and quick. You become deeply attracted to the transcendental pastimes of the Lord. He starts to live and awaken in you, awaken your soul. Now there's soul in your worship, man. See, there's a soul worship. See, there's no soul in your worship till your soul is awakened. It's just external bhakti, You're just following the motions. You don't know exactly why you're doing these things. Yeah. See, it's your good fortune hearing topics of Krishna, the best. So I see you have acquired a taste for talks regarding Krishna. Therefore, you are extremely fortunate. Not only you, but anyone who has awakened such a taste is considered most fortunate. See, not only you, but anybody. Yeah, this is your greatest fortune because that's what they do in the spiritual world. They're always discussing about Krishna, glorifying Krishna, worshiping Krishna. Krishna is so fantastic. He's the life of his devotees. There is no other life but the incarnations of the Lord. That's why there's an incarnation. People, they worship Narayan in Vaikuntha. See, millions of people worshiping that one Lord. That's how much energy. Look at all. We're all chanting Krishna's name. Look how much energy is in that one name. See? So when you come and you listen from devotees who are attracted to those names and pastimes of the Lord, transcendentally attracted. Oh, the result is going to be fabulous. Are your gurus like that? Can you see the symptoms of that kind of worship? Usually not. That's why they don't know. That's why they don't have attraction like this. Okay? Yeah. So, Lalita, why don't you continue reading here?
But I didn't hear what you were reading. Was it also Antya Lila?
No? Yeah, Anjalila chapter 5.
Okay.
Just read a few verses. I think I'm going to go off soon.
Just a second.
Yeah. Yeah, I start with verse 7.
Thank you so much, Guru Maharaj. All glories to you. Thank you for this super preaching every day over and over again, and for giving me the taste for Krishna, the real taste, the deeper taste, the high thinking, the high understanding. All glories to you for being a real guru, Vrindavan Prema Guru, who takes us really literally and figuratively out of this darkness of ignorance day by day. All glories to the previous acharyas, to Lord Chaitanya, Lord Nityananda, Radha Krishna, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He replied, I don't know about topics concerning Lord Krishna. I think that only Ramananda Raya knows, for I hear these topics from him. It is your good fortune that you are inclined to hear topics regarding Krishna.
See, only Ramananda Roy knew. And only Ramananda Roy and devotees like him who are
Good.
engaged in spontaneous devotional love of Krishna. See, they're deeply attracted transcendentally. Only they know the topics. Not these big gurus with big titles, and not that kind of devotion like Ramananda Roy. Spontaneous, got to be spontaneous, loving devotion. Otherwise, nobody really knows the topics of Krishna. All you get is superficial knowledge and memorization of the scriptures. And that's that's not it yet. When people say, well, you shouldn't compare yourself to Ramananda Roy, well, the comparison is there. And that goes for anybody who gets the mercy. If you get the mercy, you're deeply attracted to Krishna. And it
It's a
shows.
principle. It's a
Yeah.
principle.
Yeah. And it shows in your worship, just like it did with him. He had the tears, he had the ecstasy. And that's it. And if you're not like that, well, then you're not a real guru yet. He was a real guru, right? See, the way the Lord works, I'm teaching the essence. Lord
Yeah.
Chaitanya first, he gave the potency, just like here. You get the potency and you start chanting with taste, and it starts purging out all of these things. See, because the Lord is giving you pure devotional service, and just by doing that, any garbage inside goes. See? And then you become like a spiritual teacher because you become spiritually experienced. You get spiritual experiences. You get realizations and understanding from your experience of worshiping the Lord with taste. You become a great spiritual teacher and then spiritual master as it develops. This is the path. If you're not like that, you're not even a real guru, really. You're more or less misdirecting people. See?
Yeah.
Only when love of God begins to awaken in you do you become a real way shower guru. You showed people the real way. Oh yeah, it's through the advanced devotees. Oh, my Guru Dev, he's so advanced. He has ecstatic devotion on very deep level. Oh, his knowledge is so deep. Go listen. See? Way shower. Show the real way. Eh? Otherwise, what kind of way show are you? You're showing, well, yeah, don't go over to Gorahari, man, because he's so ecstatic. He's a sahaja. You think that's a way show? You think these gurus are leading you right? Or these followers? No, they're misleading you. They're hiding the door to the kingdom. The door to the kingdom is the devotee preaching the truth, in word, and deed, the ecstatic worship, man.
Why
Yeah.
they, out of lack of devotion, can't see that you are not a Sahaja because they have no devotion.
Mhm.
You got to throw the ball back in their camp, man.
That's right, man. Give me that ball. I'll throw it right in your face. Hard ball. Break your nose. We'll throw it so hard it'll break your nose, man.
I
Okay.
see that you have acquired a taste for hearing talks regarding Krishna. Therefore, you are extremely fortunate, not only you, but anyone who has awakened such a taste is considered most fortunate. It's true.
See, the key word is awakened. See, anybody where such taste is awakened to hear talks of Krishna, and that means real truth, man. You got to be really into truth, man. Not, oh, Gohar, he's exposing my illusion by speaking the truth. Oh, I want to go away. I don't want to see that. That ain't it. No, you want to hear the truth. You want to hear gurus exposed if they're not real gurus. You want to hear about false acharyas. Right? That's real topics of Krishna. That's one of the topics is the illusion. You know, you want to know where Krishna consciousness is not found. You know, yeah, you find Krishna consciousness where it's not found. That's illusion. She inverts everything. She lies. She's a liar, man. Don't be her bitch. She's a bitch. Don't be her bitch. You know, and serve in that way and hide the path. Yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
A person who properly performs his regulative duties according to Vara and Ashram does, but does not develop his dormant attachment for Krishna or awaken his taste to hear and chant about Krishna is certainly laboring fruitlessly.
See, I tell you, ISKCON devotees, you Gaudiya Samitis and Gaudiya Mas, man, you're laboring fruitlessly if you
Yeah.
don't awaken your taste and your love of God, love of Krishna. And if you have symptoms. Ecstatic, devotional feelings will awaken in your heart to the point of tears and ecstasy and mellows. Otherwise, you're laboring fruitlessly. Okay, Prabhupada told you to start engaging, but look what he writes in the book here. He knows if you stay on that path, you're not progressive, man. That's all. Well, all I did was Varnashram Dharma. I never really liked to read the books. I didn't taste the books. I never cried for Krishna, reading these books or chanting these names. See, you're laboring fruitlessly. Well, how can you labor without fruitlessly? How can you labor where your labor bears transcendental fruit? Well, that's what we're all about here, teaching all about that. Come and listen to those where fruit of love of God is manifest. From that example, you get it. In no other place. See,
Fruitful
why
labor.
labor fruitlessly? Come on, wake up, everybody. You're asleep. You're doing varnashram dharma and rules and regulations, and you haven't developed your ecstatic taste. You won't even go with devotees. I mean, I see this all the time. This Carolina, she's always complain. Oh, I had devotional experience, but she won't come here. She just sits there alone and all that. I said, what kind of why you do stuff like that? Why don't why hasn't any intelligence kicked in? You have friends here that are ecstatic devotees. She can't even relate to the ISKCON. They're always giving problems and all that, and had nowhere to go, just stays alone. Here's all these real ecstatic devotees, can't even acknowledge it. A lot of people like that. Their intelligence has been robbed. You know? So in laboring fruitlessly, unless here you have association with ecstatic devotees who worship the Lord in ecstasy. That is so rare. See? And that's why I stand up for that, because it's the truth, man. This is so rare. Why, you're getting some rare opportunity to actually go back to Godhead in this life and to feel it. You don't have to. People, you'll be a witness for going back to being in Godhead. Godhead coming to you, living in you. People want to go back to Godhead. Well, what can you imagine when God is living in you and you feel Him? You feel that living presence of the living God. Where's there to go back to after that? You're already back to it. You're back. It's back in you. It backed up into you. Yeah, that's it. Go ahead, Lolita.
Yeah. Pradyumna Mishra, being thus advised by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he went to the home of Ramananda Raya, and there the servant of Ramananda Raya gave him a proper place to sit down. Unable to see Ramananda Raya immediately, Pradyumna Mishra inquired from the servant, who then gave a description of Sri Ramananda Raya. There are two dancing girls who are extremely beautiful. They are very youthful, and they are expert in dancing and singing. Srila Ramananda Raya has taken these two girls to a solitary place in his garden, where he is teaching and directing them to dance according to the songs he has composed for his drama. Please sit here and wait for a few moments. As soon as he comes, he will execute whatever order you give him. While Pradyumna Mishra remained seated there, Ramananda Raya took the two girls to a solitary place. With his own hand, Sri Ramananda Raya massaged their bodies with oil and bathed them with water. Indeed, Ramananda Raya, he cleans their entire bodies with his own hand. Although he dressed the two young girls and decorated their bodies with his own hand, he remained unchanged. Such is the mind of Ramananda Raya. While touching the young girls, he was like a person touching wood or stone, for his body and mind were unaffected. Srila
That's not
Ramananda.
it was higher taste.
Yeah,
Otherwise, people think it's like they're dry chanting. I agree.
no,
See,
absolutely.
I'm not thinking of sex life. Ain't like that at all. He was engaged in his, thinking about Krishna, and the women are like gopis, and so he was relishing transcendental mellows. Yeah, and so externally he wasn't attracted, that way.
Externally, he maybe looked like
He had a
stone.
higher taste. Yeah.
Yeah,
And yeah, so that's the real point.
yeah,
Can you
absolutely.
taste his bhakti?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
And then you experience that there is not higher than this, and then the rest becomes insignificant more and more and more.
Oh,
Yeah. Srila Ramaradara used to act in that way because he thought of himself in his original position as a maidservant of the gopis. And thus, although externally he appeared to be a man, internally, in his original spiritual position, he considered himself a maidservant and considered the two girls gopis. The greatness of the devotees of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is exceedingly difficult to understand. Sri Ramananda Raya is unique among them all, for he showed how one can extend his ecstatic love
extend ecstatic love.
to the
And
extreme limits.
yeah, yeah, extremely difficult to understand, but if you hear from devotees, you can begin to understand it.
Still, you have to be waking up yourself a little bit to be able to understand ecstatic devotees. Okay, I
Mhm.
continue.
Of course.
Ravananda Raya directed the two girls how to dance and express the deep meaning of his songs through dramatic performances. He taught them how to express the symptoms of continuous natural and transitional ecstasies with the movements of their faces, their eyes, and the other parts of their bodies. Through the feminine poses and dances that were taught by Rabbanadharaya, the two girls precisely exhibited all these expressions of ecstasy before Lord Jagannath. And then Rabbanadharaya, he fed the two girls sumptuous, sumptuous prasada and sent them to their homes unexposed. Every day he trained the two Devadasis how to dance, who, among the small living entities, their minds always absorbed in material sense gratifications, could understand the mentality of Ramanatharaya. When the servant informed Ramanatharaya of Pradyumna Mishra's arrival, Ramananda Raya immediately went to the assembly room. He offered his obeisances to Pradyumna Mishra with all respect, and then, with great humility, he spoke as follows: Sir, you came here. You came here long ago, but no one informed me. Therefore, I have certainly become an offender at your lotus feet. My entire home has been purified by your arrival. Kindly order me. What can I do for you? I am your servant. Pradyumna Mishra replied, I came simply to see you. Now I have purified myself by seeing your honor, because Prabhupada Mishra saw that he was late. He didn't say anything else to Rabbanadharaya. Instead, he took leave of him and returned to his own home. The next day, when Prabhupada Mishra arrived in the presence of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Lord inquired, "Have you heard talks about Krishna from Sri Ramanandaraya?" Pradyumna Mishra thereupon described the activities of Ramanandaraya. After hearing about these activities, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu began to speak. "I am a sannyasi," he said, and I certainly consider myself renounced. But not to speak of seeing a woman, if I even hear the name of a woman, I feel changes in my mind and body. Therefore, you could remain unmoved by the sight of a woman? It is very difficult. Everyone, please hear these topics about Rabbanadharaya, although they are so wonderful and uncommon that they should not be spoken. The two professional dancing girls are beautiful and youthful, yet Sri Rabbanadharaya personally massages oil upon their bodies. He personally bathes and dresses them and decorates them with ornaments. In this way, he naturally sees and touches the private parts of their bodies. Nevertheless, the mind of Sri Rabbanadharaya never changes. Although he teaches the girls how to physically express all the transformations of ecstasy, his mind is as steady as wood or stone. Indeed, it is wonderful that even when he touches such young girls, his mind never changes. The authority for such acts is the prerogative of Ramanandarai alone, for I can understand that his body is not material, but has been completely transformed into a spiritual entity. He alone and no one else can understand the position of his mind, but I can make a guess in terms of directions from the Shastra. Srimad Bhagavatam, the Vedic scripture, gives the direct evidence in this matter. When one hears or describes with great faith the pastimes of Lord Krishna, such as his rasa dance with the gopis, the disease of lusty desires in his heart, and the agitation caused by the three modes of material nature, they are immediately nullified, and he becomes sober and silent, tracing tasting the transcendental effulgent, sweetly ecstatic love of Krishna. Such a person can enjoy life 24 hours a day.
There goes that 24 again.
Yeah. Over and over again. In the transcendental bliss of the sweetness of Krishna's pastimes.
So the main thing is regularly. Come regularly, take a nice drink, and you're satisfied. And then the separation may come in, and then you take another drink. The main thing is the Lord comes to you now. Radha comes, the devotion comes, and then you have a satisfying experience with God. And then you want always more. You become eager to chant. Yeah, it's like that. It's very natural.
Absolutely. I continue, eh? A transcendentally sober person who, with faith and love, continuously hears from a realized soul about the activities of Lord Krishna in his rasa dance with the gopis, or one who describes such activities can attain full transcendental devotional service at the lotus feet.
See, here's the pastimes of the Lord from such a devotee who has this love, awakened. So that's where it's all going. It's all about that. And if you don't have that situation, if you wonder why your devotion isn't awakened or what it is, or it's because of the lack of that kind of hearing. Mm. Mhm. Okay, I
Yes,
think I'm gonna go off for a little bit. Mm. Do some prescribed duties, go to the bathroom, stuff like that.
you were up very early today, Guru Maharaj.
Yeah. Well, it happens sometimes.
Mm.
I'm always amazed, like wide awake. Just felt like I slept for hours. I keep the phone in the another room, so I don't even know what time it is. And I just, when I wake up, wow, it must be 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock or something. But it's usually 1 o'clock, 1:30, 12:45.
Really, yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
How many hours did you sleep then?
Went to bed. Let's see, 9:30, 10:30, 11:30, 12:30. I woke up about one
For
o'clock.
4 hours.
No, 3, 12:30. Let's see, yeah, 3.5 hours.
Wow, that's not
Yeah.
much.
Well, sometimes it's enough.
Wow.
And plus, I'll like now. I'll just kind of lay down and bliss. Count my blessings to be blessed to have
The
such nice.
best lullaby.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Okay. So you got. It looks like you're a little bit warmer now. Is it
Yeah,
not so?
I have a little heater again here.
Oh, you finally. Oh, did he go? He found the heater somewhere.
Yeah, we had it, but the electricity falls out all the time when it
Oh.
storms. And then we have nothing, no light. Yeah, sometimes
Hmm.
a light, sometimes not all the electricity falls out. So
Hmm.
it's very
You know what? You can get one of those things.
a
There's
generator. Eh?
yeah, generator. How come you
I
don't have
asked,
one?
I don't know where to get it, and I need to ask somebody. And then when he
Why
says no,
the Balaram can get it? He
no,
knows what a generator.
not necessary. No,
Hmm.
not necessary.
It's not necessary.
No, not
What?
for him.
Well, it's
they are
necessary for your
they
treatment.
are building on a new electricity thing here in the city, so they will solve all the problems then. So
Oh, yeah, solve all.
Lalita
Okay.
needs to be patient.
When is that going to be finished?
Good question.
When I
Don't
get a
ask when
generator?
is finished in Turkey. Everything takes lots of time in Turkey.
No, then you should get it. You should have gotten a generator even a year ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the generator is important. One for your health and one for the preaching. So you can do your
Yeah.
classes.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, this generator is not that expensive.
Okay. Are you frozen now, Guru Maharaj? Yeah, you're frozen now. Yeah, generator, no brainer. Let's do a GoFund for. No, I can pay it. That's not a problem, but I cannot get it here. I don't know where to get it here. I need somebody who does it for me. That's the problem. Anyway, Guru Maharaj he went, so I will go as well. Hare Krishna, everybody. Balaram is a bitch. I will tell him. Bye bye.
Yeah, the stream wasn't ending, so let's have to end the stream now. Try to